Today we have an interesting story to discuss. Interesting story. Okay, so this happened very close to my house. Okay. So there's a nice. This house was created like probably 100 years back. Okay, built around 100 years back. And everybody are afraid to live in this house. Everybody are afraid to live in this house. So the legend goes like, if you go and live in this house, what happens is no problem. At night, you will hear lots of stones falling on top of the house. Yeah, it is the thatched house. It's like it's a tiled tiles, right? Not thatched. It's like tiles. You can hear stones at night, middle of the night. Tap 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 stones will start falling. Okay. And then sometimes you will find shit right on top of the roof. Shit. Just imagine. Shit on top of the roof. Someone else's shit on top of your roof. Okay. Clothes catching fire. We hang clothes outside for drying. The clothes catch fire. So people are so reluctant to go and live in this house. Beautiful house, totally desert. Nobody wants to live there. And there are so many houses like this in Kerala. Haunted houses. Okay, and we say that it is like Chathan problem. Right? The house is haunted by Chathan. Has anybody heard about these stories?
Kutti Chathan.
Yeah, of course, Kutti Chathan, right? So, has anyone heard of these stories? Have you experienced these stories? Okay. Suri has heard about these stories. Has anybody experienced this? Yeah, okay. Sailesh has experienced it. Okay. Now, there was a situation. There's a famous guru in Kerala, from Kerala, Sri Narayana Guru. Okay. Sri Narayana Guru is quite famous. Okay. I would say our grandparents' contemporary. He lived around 100 years back, 50 to 100 years back, right? So there was during his time also all this Chathan issue was there. So much of Chathan issue. So one person, he was really troubled with all these Chathan problems. He went to Sri Narayana Guru. And Guru, please, I have this Chathan problem. I've got stones falling on top of my roof and shit. When I'm trying to cook rice, suddenly it becomes shit and all these things. Rice, just imagine cooking rice and rice becomes shit. I've got a lot of these problems. Please help me. So what did Sri Narayana Guru do? What did Sri Narayana Guru do? Any guesses? Any guesses? Come. What did Sri Narayana Guru do to fix this problem?
He should have visited there.
Okay. What else? Take your wildest guess. Sri Narayana Guru is supposed to be an extremely learned person when it comes to our Vedas and all that, right?
Sir, mantra chantings. Powerful mantra chantings.
Powerful mantra chant. Okay, good. Okay, what else? What else? Powerful mantra chantings. What else? Come on, come on, come on. All of you are coming up with good logical reasonings. Okay. Now Swati is thinking, is it paranormal? Paranormal.
I feel it could be his own creations. He must be possible that uh, he's creating in his own mind and then assuming that to be a reality,
No, no. See, when you
like sounds and things.
see when shit is happening inside your rice bowl, then it is not imagined reality. You are cooking rice and shit is coming out. it is not. It is not really imagined. Okay. And stones falling on top of the roof. Okay. It's not actually imagined reality. Okay. Something is happening. So, so what did Srinarayana Guru do? Okay. Srinarayana Guru took a paper and wrote, Chathan, please don't come and disturb this person. He's a very nice person. Don't disturb him again. He wrote and gave it to him. He wrote, very simple, Chathan, please don't disturb this person. He's a very good person. Let him be. And gave it to the person. He went back. And it seems that all the Chathan problems disappeared. It seems that all the Chathan problems disappeared. Praveen is listening. Oh, Vrinda is listening very carefully. Vrinda is listening very carefully. All the Chathan problems disappeared. Okay. Now this is what treatment which Srinarayana Guru gave. Okay. So these are all some facts which happened. So I just wanted to explain to you the fact. It still doesn't explain the phenomena of Chathan. It still doesn't explain the phenomena of Chathan. Now, there is a story that all this Chathan Seva and things like that came from Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. Okay, there is this story. Whether it is true or not, I'm not sure. I have not studied or dwelled deep down into it. Okay, there is a story that it came from Tibetan Buddhism. So there was this famous Tantri, okay, Tantri or Tibetan Buddhist Padmasambhava, right? So he used to do all these supernatural things, magical things, okay, different tantric things. Okay. Extremely powerful person. It seems that he could even fight war with mantras. He could fight war with mantras. There has been people like that in Kerala also, like Kathanar. I don't know whether anybody has got heard of Kathanar and all that, right? So these were all people who used to practice these tantric rituals, and they had extremely powerful magical powers. Now, in most of the situations, what used to happen in Kerala is that when people have had mental disorders, like bipolar disorder, so many disorders like mental disorders. They are taken to these places, and there was a science, there was actually a lot of science behind this. So it was mantras combined with Ayurveda used to cure these psychic disorders or mental disorders, right? Mantras along with Ayurvedic, basmas, it is, they don't call it as Ayurveda, but again, it is like basmas, different smells, all of that. So it is purely Ayurveda along with mantras used to cure all this psychotic issues, right? And it was very effective. But after some time, this set of rituals and treatment methodology got lost because Britishers said that, oh, you're all stupid, you don't know what, it's all nonsense, hocus pocus nonsense, don't believe in all this nonsense, right? Allopathy medicine is the best. Allopathy medicine is the best. And then what they did was started giving them chemical treatments like lithium and all this stuff. And once you start all this lithium stuff, you're addicted to it throughout your life. You have to have it throughout your life. Okay, but you are stable. Okay, you are stable, but you are dependent on chemicals to keep your mind steady. You are dependent on it. Works. Okay. Not that doesn't, it does work. But perpetually your mind is altered. Okay. So which treatment is good? Debate is still out whether the old Ayurvedic form with mantras and all that is more effective, or the latest allopathy version of it, which is like more chemical based, lithium and those kind of chemical based treatment is better. Okay. One thing I'll tell you, that if you start taking this allopathy medication, even though your mind is to an extent kept calm, it has got so many side effects. So many side effects. Sometimes you feel so dull and all this. I have experience with people who are having these medications. Very close experience. Right? So it makes your mind dull and all of that. So lot of this tantric rituals, maybe this was like probably 100 years back, during the Britishers' time, they used to practice all of this in Kerala especially, okay, to cure all these issues. Now let us come back to Chathan. Right. So Chathan Seva is also something very similar to magical rituals. Okay, a lot to do with mantras, lot to do with rituals, all of that is there. And it does have a huge impact on a person's mind. Right? If you're doing the rituals properly, it has a huge impact on a person's mind. And there is a saying in Kerala that if you want something done in life, you go to Chathan. Chathan will definitely help you to do it faster. Any other technique, any other devata you go and do upasana on that devata, it will take more time. But if you go to Chathan, it starts working fast. Now Kushi is thinking, oh, I better go and see Chathan now. Kushi is definitely thinking, oh no, Swati is also thinking like that. I definitely go and see Chathan now.
I'm thinking what you will take for do that.
Okay.
At what cost?
Okay. At what cost? It's not very expensive here. You just have to give a hen. Okay, they will go and cut the hen. Then probably your thing is done, right? It's not very expensive. Now Swati is thinking, oh my God, I am a vegetarian. I cannot go there. I'm not vegetarian. Chathan loves chicken. Chathan loves alcohol. These are all things which you give Chathan. Alcohol. Olden days we used to only have pattacharayam. It's like local liquor. Okay, so these days you cannot give Chathan local liquor because local liquor is banned in Kerala. So these days they have upgraded to foreign liquor, right? Whiskey and rum and all that. Right? So you have to give that. That is Chathan's favorite. No, I'm not discounting any of this. Okay, a lot of people has had good impact. Okay, but normally people go to Chathan to destroy others. Okay, someone has got some antipathy towards somebody else, anger. Okay, wants to bring that person down. Then you go to Chathan, give some special puja to destroy that person. All of that is there. Okay. Now, since this is all vibrations and mantras and all of that, there is a high possibility that it will work. Right? There is a high possibility that it will work at a mental level. I'll come to the shit and stones later, okay? But to a mental level, there is a high possibility that it will work. The same as I explained about pranic healing and all these things. Right? There is subtle energies which is encompassing this universe, which we are not aware of, which can be activated with all these mantras. Right? Definitely it can be done. Now the problem with using these kind of things is that it can have a reverse effect also. Okay. I know a very person, okay, relatives of a person in this room who has been doing all this mantra. Chathan Seva, Chathan Seva, Chathan Seva. And that person is doing Chathan Seva against a person who it doesn't affect, who is doing more sadhana than this Chathan Seva. Right? So then what happens? So it comes and bounces off. Right? This energy comes in and then it bounces off. It bounces off and it hits them only. And everything falls on top of their head. Everything falls on top of their head. Okay. So it just goes from worst to worst to worst to worst. So, whatever you are doing, okay, if it is for bad of someone else, it can have serious ramification on yourself, your psyche. Finally, you will go crazy. You understand? Finally, you will go nuts. Finally, you will have to be put in a mental asylum. So when we go in for these kind of things for your own selfish desires, right? The impact which is going to have on you is also substantial. So you have to be very careful. Now, when another part of when you look at Chathan sadhana, Chathan sadhana, Chathan is supposedly Shiva's and Parvati's son. Okay, and there are around 390 Chathans. They are all Shiva and Parvati's children. There is a big story behind it. Okay. We don't have time to go into the story. Okay. There are 390 Chathans, and out of that, there are like 6 Chathans which are important Chathans. And each of these Chathan is associated with our chakras, starting from Muladhara, tak, 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 to Agni Chakra. Six Chathans are very important. And to do upasana of these Chathans, there are mantras and certain things. Okay. End of the day, it is another way of cleansing and purifying your chakras. Right? It is another way of cleansing and purifying your chakras, which makes your mind powerful. It makes your mind extremely powerful when you're doing this. Right? Now, we already are practicing an extremely powerful way of making your mind powerful using our Kundalini practices. Another way of doing it, another practical and really effective way of enhancing the energy in your system is our Kundalini practices. You don't have to jump ships from one ship to another ship to another ship to another ship. Right? So Chathan Seva is good. I'm not saying it is. It has got its own bad effects, side effects, okay, which can be really detrimental to your health. Okay, but there are certain good also. Right? If done properly, it is very good. Right? But why go in for all this when you are already on a good path? Right? Which is tried and proven. Tried and proven. Shankaracharya explained the tantric process, which is the right-handed tantra. Okay, Sri Vidya Upasana and all of that. Our Guru Mantra, which I gave you today, is a tantric Guru Mantra. Right? It is coming from the lineage of Shankaracharya. Right? So, we are already on a good path. You don't have to go and do Chathan Seva and all that. Now, if you are on this path, even if someone tries to do Chathan Seva on you, boom, it will go right back. It is like a kavach. It is like a kavach. Right? So, even if someone else does Chathan Seva on you, it will just bounce back. It will not affect you. So, whatever you are doing today is enough. You don't have to go in for all this